Hello everyone, welcome to Storytime. Today's story is Norah's rhyming novella number 6. We'll see what happens today right after this. Welcome back. Today's story is Norah's rhyming novella, part 6. Last week we saw what happened on Oliver's end when they were cleaning up the parents' bedroom, or the children's bedroom, the new twins' bedroom, and they fell asleep. So today we're going to find out what happens in this part. There is going to be some noise outside. I'm shooting this during the day, so please, hopefully it's not too distracting. Let's start. A familiar scene greeted them there, with darkness all around. But something was different this time around. Her brother could be found. "Oliver!" she yelled to get his attention. His eyes quickly darted to her. "What are you doing here? And why are we out in this pasture?" Oliver looked around the scene. "Doesn't this look quite familiar? It's like the picture Dad drew on the wall," his breath starting to get faster. "You're right," Norah said. She only had just noticed the quite familiar scene. "I have a bad feeling about all of this." "I know just what you mean." "Let's not get separated," Oliver said, and went and grabbed Oliver's hand. "Who will hold mine?" a small voice cried, and with their eyes the twins started to scan. "Down here, you two. You looked everywhere, but this place you clearly missed." And to her surprise and happiness was the Arctic fox, Felix. "Felix!" Norah cried, no containing her joy. "Why exactly are you here?" "To help you navigate this scary place so you don't walk around in fear." Norah bent down and thanked her friend and hugged him as they rejoiced. "You're not the only one here to help," purred another familiar voice. Then from behind the tree moved a large several cat. "Dimples!" Oliver exclaimed, jumping for joy. "Come here, you little brat." Dimples came over, looked at Oliver, and brushed against his legs, and leapt up tall and wrapped her paws around Oliver's little neck. Oliver hugged her and rubbed her back before she returned to the ground, and all four friends went on their way, their faces all wearing frowns. They found a path and left the field and entered into the forest, where the leaves left heart silhouettes, but that was of no little solace. "I was hoping the hearts would be less scary and would make it a lot more joyful, but in this darkness everything looks bad and it makes me feel more dreadful." "Don't worry, sis. I know your intent, and I really like the small touch. Yes, it is dreadful now, but it's filling me up with much courage that I need, bravery I seek, to help me keep on going. So I'm sure our new siblings will find it inspiring as they're growing." He smiled at her, took her hand, and gave it a little squeeze, and his gesture, although very small, made her anxiousness ease. "What did you add to help the twins to this mural we made?" Oliver pointed to the sky. "In the stars my message lays. It may not look like very much to the outside looking in, but hopefully it will give lots of comfort to our new baby kin." Norah looked up, scanning the skies, and to her surprise, the stars looked like they were holding hands to her young little eyes. "Wow, is it? That's amazing!" she gasped out in awe. Oliver smiled. He was proud of himself. "That represents us all. We are a tight, small, ambitious family. We'll look after each other through thin and thick. If we do things together as one, there isn't anything we can't lick." Norah smiled. A smile so big, she wasn't scared anymore. She straightened her back, tilted her head, and started to walk tall. Dimples and Felix gave them the space, and were walking ahead. They turned to each other, gave each other a smile before the sky started turning red. "Oh, no, not again," Oliver said, losing all of his nerves. He held on tightly to his sister. He had shivers as he observed. Norah, now feeling brave, held him and patted his head. "Don't worry, dear brother. I am here, so there's nothing to dread. This has happened twice before, and always we've had good news. It'll happen again. Just wait and see. So don't worry, you silly goose." "Hurry up," Felix said, breaking their moment. "We can't be here too long. We have to get out of here, or things can go terribly wrong." "What can go wrong? We've been here before." Nora's ears started beginning to prick. "The atmosphere change. Something you don't want." Dimples began to click. "Let's pick up the pace. We have to go fast. You need to get on top. All this event that we have helped before is something that we cannot stop." "Stop?" the twins reacted and looked at each other. They were both extremely confused. "Stop what?" they asked their respected friends, but a proper answer they were refused. The silence and ignoring they didn't like. It was extremely frustrating. To just go along and not knowing a thing, that too became infuriating. "Hurry, hurry, hurry," were the only things that both friends repeated, and not knowing what else to do, they followed their friends, defeated. They went through the forest at a brisk pace, and to the base of the hill. It was going to be a long climb up. The castle was far away still. "We have to keep going. We have no doubt that your minds will pull you through." The friends dashed off quickly ahead, leaving Norah and Oliver wondering what to do. "Nothing else we can do but to get up and run," Oliver said, completely exhausted. "But it's not going to be fun." Norah nodded. She completely agreed. "I know exactly how you feel." She took a deep breath, focused her mind, and quickly jumped off the hill. They continued slowly up the hill, getting closer towards their goal. They're breathing hard, their bodies heavy, the activity taking its toll. Their legs burning, their face sweating. They were getting really tired. "Dimples, Felix, can we wait? I wish we can retire." "I'm sorry, Norah, we cannot stop," Felix said, still moving. The red right now is our only friend, so we have to disapprove of the action to stop and quick rest. We need to reach the end. So move your feet, you can do it. Come on to me, my tiny friend." Norah was tired, her head in and out. She could not process it at all. What did he mean by Red being friend? She needed to know more. But because they had to move, her questions were not clear. "Red? Friend? What?" she said, but no one could really hear. While the thoughts played in her head, she heard a great big thud. She stopped and turned to see her brother, face all covered in mud. She picked him up and wiped him down. "Are you okay?" she asked him. "I am fine. I just tripped trying to dodge this tree limb." "Can you run? We're nearly there. Dimples and Felix are waiting." Oliver stood up and dropped back down. His pain looked excruciating. "I'm sorry, Nor. It hurts so much. My ankle is in pain." "It's okay. Just lean on me. I'll be your walking cane." They moved forward. Norah felt her brother starting to feel bad. "Don't think like that. It doesn't help." She now felt that she sounded like Dad. She looked at her young brother, propped up under her arm. "If you think like that all the time, then you're going to do yourself more harm. So let's get a move on. I'm happy that I can help you right now. She smiled at him, put one foot forward, and helped Oliver move as fast as he allowed. Together they moved, Oliver limping. His injury made them go slow. Norah helping him as they moved on. They were working as a perfect duo. And up the hill they saw the end. The castle was now in sight. Felix and Dimple were waiting there, basking in the red light. Very slowly, as they moved on, the sky was getting light. The red was draining and turning to pink, and slowly turning to white. "Hey, did you see that the light has changed?" Oliver questioned. "Yes, I have. It's a good thing," Norah's reply, as her face seemed to brighten. "But the red, it's supposed to be good," Oliver replied, confusion he started to ooze. "You are right. White light is good too, isn't it?" Norah was now really confused. "White is good. Our lights are white, so it being good is implied. It lights up the darkest spots, so it can't be bad," Norah justified. Just then, the two old friends yelled at the top of their voice, "Hurry, hurry! When you get here, then we can rejoice." The yelling gave the two young twins a little bit more strength. They pumped their legs, moving in sync. They moved forward in quick lengths. When they neared the castle on the hill, the scene was now completely white, and their two friends had two more friends playing with them in the light. As the twins approached, they looked at the two children in wonder. The two new children playing there shared a familiar splendor. "Hello," Oliver said, his voice full of confusion and curiosity. He limped up to the playing pairs and bent down on his knees. Norah, too, was curious and approached with quiet wonderment. She too knelt down and looked at the pair, and her mind began running rampant. The two new children looked like them. Their faces had similar smiles. "Charlie? Maddie?" she softly said at the two juveniles. They nodded their heads, gave them a wink, and walked up to their siblings. They each gave Norah and Oliver hugs and kisses and warmest greetings. "We wanted to say hello," they said. Their smiles were so bright. "So come here and play with us in this bright moonlight." The two sets of twins, and Dimples and Felix, played all the games they could think. They played cops and robbers, and tag and baseball, and a strange game called Humperdinck. It's where the twins would spin around and get themselves really dizzy. They would run, jump up and down, while all pretending to be bumblebees. When they were all tired out, they laid in a little star, looking up into the sky, and roared like brontosaurus. Laughter rung throughout the castle grounds and reverberated through its walls. Then Maddie, Charlie, Dimple and Felix stopped laughing and stood up tall. This confused the Lane twins. Why did the laughter have to stop? "It's time that we have to go," Charlie said as tears began to drop. "We will see each other again," Maddie added as they moved behind Dimples. "But you have both outgrown us," said Felix, plain and simple. "So thank you, my friends. Our time was grand, our stories epic and long. You two will grow into wonderful adults," he added to his swan song. The new and the old both disappeared behind the walls of the garden, and all that was left was Norah and Oliver, trying to move, but they were stunned. They looked at each other, tears in their eyes, fond memories in their minds. They leaned over and hugged each other, breathed deeply, and leaned back to recline. They didn't say anything to each other, but watched as the sun rose up and flooded the world with so much light that they had no option but to wake up. And that concludes our story for today. Join me next week when we see Oliver's part of this story in Oliver's Dramatic Opera Part 6. Until then, I love you. Have a good day. Goodbye.